Hello, Stampers. Hope y'all are having a fantastic hump day. This is definitely one of the highlights of my week, to come and craft with you guys and chat with y'all. Can't wait to see who's gonna join us. Hey, Tiana. Liz, good to see you. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit till everybody jumps on. School has started here, and we are kind of getting a little bit back on track. I had the unfortunate experience of pouring a glass of water. Oh, yay, Chris! Pouring a glass of water into my laptop. So you might find my communication electronically to be a little slow. Hi, Cheryl. Good to meet you. So I'm doing a lot with my phone right now, which I always do these videos on my phone, which is great. But some of my email communication and things is a little tricky because my laptop is trashed. So have you ever trashed a laptop or a phone by getting it wet? I did that, and the water spilled all in it. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Okay, so let's take care of some business tonight. We have a lot to cover, and I'm so excited. All right, starting off, I want to show you about the star of one of my coming up shows here. Hi, Kathy Brown from nearby Missouri. So you guys probably know, if you may or may not know, but you're about to know, that every month I have a card class. So this card class is local here in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is in central Arkansas. But I also offer this class to go. So it can be ordered and delivered right to your home. The cards will be actually not stamped. So they will be all the pieces to make the cards, and they will be delivered to you. So you can purchase the kit to go for $20, or if you have a minimum order, then you get the cards for free. So that's what I would suggest. Anyway, we make 2 cards. If you come to the live class, it's at my mom's house here in Little Rock, and we have a lot of fun. We meet from 6:30 to around 8:30, and we make all 6 of these cards. They're actually quite simple. And then we all put in our fun orders, because by the time we're done, we have so much to purchase. But sometimes my happy shoppers come. Thank you, Kathy. Sometimes my happy shoppers come, and then they just pay the minimum class fee and go home and buy all of the things that they want with their discount. So anyway, we're going to make 2 of each card. This is one from the Detailed Bands stamp set, and I just hadn't used it yet. And I adore it. It's just so wonderful. So much to love about this card. So that's a great birthday card. And then we have a great back to school card. So a lot of y'all are back to school. And if you don't have a child that's in school, I bet you know a teacher you could send this to. Or there are alternative stamps in the stamp set that you may use for the class. This is a punch. So these 2 are holiday catalog items. So I'm able to purchase those because I'm a happy shopper. We have another card made with wrapped in plaid, I think. And we have a new Christmas tree punch, a plaid stamp, some gorgeous ribbon, plaid paper, great sentiments. So lots of fun at card class. So I hope to see you there. My card class is on Tuesday, the 27th. Let me make sure that's the right date. Yep, from 6:30 to 8:30. So you do need to go ahead and RSVP if you're coming to that, or if you would like the class to go. Now, I mentioned that these cards were from the holiday catalog. All of the happy shoppers in the world have been able to order from the holiday catalog. So you may order from it September 4th if you are not a happy shopper, or you can go ahead and get a starter kit, $155 for 99. Typically it's $125. But right now, until the end of the month, it's $155 for 99. Plus you get an extra $10 next month to spend. So otherwise you have to wait until September 4th, which is really sad. So I would love it if you would purchase your starter kit today. There is no shipping, so it's an excellent deal. Now, I also want to show you, I participate in lots of swaps, and one of the swaps that I participated in is for the holiday catalog. And this is a swap where we mail our cards to each other. So they come all at different times. So it's like Christmas every day because I have a few more cards in my mailbox. So these are the cards I've received so far, and next week I'll show you more. This is a neat card. On the surface, it looks like your standard card, but you open it, it's really cool. Isn't that neat? And this is the new product medley. Can't remember what it's called. If anyone remembers, type it in. But it's something, I got it when I was on the Alaska cruise. It's really cute. Okay, next swap we have is this gorgeous swap using the designer acetate paper. And I love this Seaside Spray sparkly ribbon. Say that 3 times fast. Loving it. We have another plaid with the birch. I think that's using, the birch stamp set. And then look, we have snow puff paint. Puff paint that's snowy. Your little red bird, new ribbon, lots to love there. This is a really neat new suite, and this is a perfect card for card class. Quick and simple, but adorable. So I love that. That's called Feels Like Frost. We have a cute fall card using our punch that I showed you earlier, the apple punch. So this card that had the apple, it also doubles as, where did it go? Let me find my apple card that I've buried. It also makes a pumpkin. So that's a super versatile punch. In the new catalog. And then, of course, we have a cute snowman. He's so sweet. So lots of fun things to see in the new holiday catalog, and I'll be receiving more and more swaps as the time goes on. All right, don't forget, if you do an order in my business of $50 or more, then you are entitled to receive the Creative Stampers tutorial bundle. So there's 9 projects, and they're all like full color, all the directions, everything, to make some really cute projects. So this tutorial bundle was with the Come Sail Away suite. This is my cute box here, but you've got cards, easel cards, Z-fold cards. This is called a tunnel card, so lots of neat things to see. Lots of real creative projects here. So this is emailed to you free with a $50 purchase from Paper Made Prettier or My Business. You can just go to my website there and click to order. Don't forget, if you shopped during July, you have a $5 coupon. If you spent $50, you need to spend your $5 coupon for the bonus days. Just search your email for bonus days. And let's see. Oh, don't forget for my customers that we have a prize drawing in September. So it's our summer prize drawing, and it happens in September based on all of the things that happened in June, July, and August. So coming to class or club gets you a ticket. If you order $30 or more, you get a ticket. Bring a friend, you get a ticket. If you $50 or more order, you get 2 tickets. If you refer a friend that joins my Technique Club, you get 3 tickets. Join the team of happy shoppers, 5 tickets. And if you host a party with your friends, you get 10 tickets. So this, remember about our summer prize drawing, that will be happening in September. All right, so let me get started on our star of the show today. So the way this whole situation started was with the bird ballad laser cut cards and tin. Had to study that. But this is a cute tin, and I just tied a ribbon on it to show you how cute it could be for just a gift. But it is part of the Bird Ballad suite, which you'll see in our catalog. And I had it marked, and then it looks like my marker got buried. There it is. So here it is in the catalog. It is $18. It comes with 12 laser cut cards and envelopes. So it's got a lot to love. But they all come in this cute tin. You've got these envelopes, which are not just your average envelope. They're a little bit fancy. Does anyone have these already? If you do, tell me. I would love to know. And then you've got these cute card bases. So they're laser cut Fancy Nancy card bases. So I'm going to pull 2 out because we're going to make 2 cards tonight. Alright, so that's $18, a great item for you to purchase. Now, these cards that we're making are using the stamp set from the Woven Threads suite. And the stamp set itself is called Woven Heirlooms. It is the cutest. I've probably buried it under some, oh, I feel it. There it is. Oh, you do, good. That's awesome. Woven Heirlooms is really nice. It's scripty and wonderful. It goes with this sweet woven threads. You can see the designer paper here is gorgeous. And what's cool is it features all of our in colors. Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Terracotta Tile. And then also it has Sahara Sand and Whisper White. So lots of pretty things to see here with your designer paper. Now, there's also part of this suite are some framelits, and I think I stuck them over on this table, but I was using them in the Big Shot, so I'll just show you. They cut out this oval frame, and there's also one that cuts out a square. And it's textured and embossed. It's really pretty. But what we're going to use tonight is the inside of that frame. So kind of the leftovers from that frame. Also part of this suite is this really neat ribbon. And just so you'll know, like you take this off and let this hang down. And I had a card made with this, but I actually sent it as a swap. But I'll show you. Like here's a good use of it. So they've tucked it under this banner, because I think some people are kind of, they don't really know what to do with this ribbon because you can't really tie it in a bow, but it makes a great like border. So very cute Sahara Sand ribbon. We've got it coordinates with the in color ribbons, so this comes in all the in colors. This happens to be the Terracotta Tile. We've got some in color dots that it coordinates with, of course, the faceted gems. And then my favorite, some colored sequins, which we're going to use a little bit later. See if I can not spill them. And oh, here are the framelits. So I think I showed you, but you're going to cut, it cuts rectangles and it cuts circles or ovals. And see, you've got these ovals, lots leftovers when you do this, because usually I'm only using half of what I cut. So that's the framelits that go with it. So let's get started. We're going to mix up the laser cut cards with the woven thread suite and end up with something amazing. All right. So if you're enjoying this, then give me a thumbs up. And you know how to let other people see our videos. That's always fun for other people to join in. So you can make that happen. And I will be drawing for a winner. I'm going to start doing the drawing or announcing the winner during the next Facebook Live. So next week I will announce the winner. Okay, let's start with this card. It is gorgeous. I just actually designed this myself. I know sometimes I case things, but today I was feeling super crafty. So let us get our card. So we're just going to start with our card here. And what we need to do, I was waiting to cut this so I could show you about how we're going to cut it. So you know the front of a card is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Pardon me. So we're going to go to 4 1/4, and we're going to bring it down just a smidge, like literally a smidge, like a 1/16 of an inch. And then we're going to go to 5 1/2, and then bring it down a smidge. I just learned that when I placed the designer paper into the laser cut card. You need just a little bit less than a whole size of a card. So I also discovered that it's a better scenario to put your glue dots on your laser cut piece instead of your designer paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a glue dot. We're going to use 6. So we're going to put one in each of the 4 corners here. And then I went ahead and popped a couple, like, I just kind of looked for a more solid area, which was right here. There's not really a solid area in the middle, but I liked it to kind of stick down pretty good. So I put one here and one here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is put our designer paper that we cut just a smidge shy of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. We're gonna shut this. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, just right there, I could send that and someone would be very happy. It's so pretty how the designer paper kind of shows through, and it's not real wild, but you can see that there's something going on under there. That's really pretty. All right, next we're going to take our oval that I have cut out with the woven heirlooms, and we're going to start with this stamp from the stamp set. And it's just a long textured piece. Now, I learned from experience that less is more here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ink it up, but we're gonna stamp it off 4 times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just gonna ink stamp it. So we're like the faintest amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you're just giving it a little bit of texture there because you want the sentiment to be able to show up when you stamp it. So we're using Rococo Rose for the background, but then we're gonna go for our terracotta tile to stamp the sentiment, which says prayers and heartfelt sympathy are with you and your family. So we're going to stamp that just right in the center here. Gorgeous. All right. Now this is going to pop up with dimensionals. Boom, boom, boom. Right here in the center. Just love it. I just love it. But now we're going to get a little bow, and I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to reach for my terracotta tile in color ribbon, but what I'm going to do is use my scissors. We're just going to really gut this ribbon to get something really pretty. So we're going to cut off the terracotta edge. It doesn't have to be the terracotta. It can be any of the ribbon that you have, because we're actually not using the terracotta piece. I tried to tie the terracotta piece like this, and it didn't work. So then I just keep playing until it makes me happy. All right, let's find our ribbon. This one's already been shrunk, so I'll get rid of that. So this is what we're looking for, and what we're trying to do is we're grabbing these fibers, just a whole bunch of these fibers. Let's start from this end because I've already kind of messed with the other end. And we're just going to pull them one by one out of our ribbon. So we're going to grab them as a bunch. Just keep working them out. Now keep them in a stack if you can. I see there's like a little, it's like hung here. Ah, this worked earlier when I did it. Let's see, let's start from, maybe this will be enough. Let's get our scissors going. Oh, I got you. You gotta get rid of this stuff. Are y'all having fun watching me? All right, let's just hope this is enough. Anywho, you're gonna get this fibers and separate them from the pack. Tie a knot, tie a pretty bow. We're gonna even that out. So you're just getting some of these really pretty fibers from that really rough looking ribbon. But once you pull those fibers out, it makes a really pretty soft. And I like it because to me the card is pretty soft and I don't like a real rough linen-y ribbon with it. All right, now that y'all watched me have fun with that, I'm going to stick a glue dot on, pop it over on this corner. And then we're going to add our jewels. So we're going to start with our Rococo Rose jewels. And I'm just going to, basically I'm going to start up here and just work my way down, like as if it were cascading. So I'm going to stick one here, here. Yeah, maybe because it was the end of the roll. I'm going to go with that, Kathy. I think you're right. So I'm going to put 4 of those because then I'm going to come in with my sequins. All right, and when I use my sequins, I'm going to try to make like the absolute tiniest dot of glue possible because otherwise it'll just be so goopy. See, that one's going to be goopy. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of that up with my finger. All right, now we're going in for the sequin grab. And when we do that, we're going to go with, use our take your pick tool. So we're going to pop that up. Thank you, Liz. All right, so we're going to reach in here for our Rococo Rose, and we're just going to pop it down. Actually, I see that one was the Rococo Rose. This one's Terracotta Tile. This one is kind of a terracotta. So really anything that's pink in here, I'm going to roll with it because it all looks gorgeous. I covered up my glue there. Where else is there a glue? There's one more there. So I feel like I'm performing surgery. All right, where else do we have? That'll dry. So I feel like we need one more sequin here. I don't know why. Just need one more sequin. All right, so you definitely want to let that, set that aside so that it will dry. But that is your happy, sequined-y, ribbony, blinged up, laser cut card. Love it. So this would be, I mean, I can only imagine somebody's happiness when you send this card to them if they had a death in the family or something tragic happened. This would certainly lift their spirits. And I love, thank you, Kathy. I love that it's for you and your family because so many families struggle together. So here's some other cards that kind of follow the same pattern. This one's the swap used the mosaic mood paper, so they cut out, stamped, added some ribbon, voila. You can see the other cards using the woven threads suite that I got for some swaps. Very pretty. Really works well with the what do you call this? Nesting stitch labels dies. So we're going to pop these over here and get these out of our way. Oh yeah, be careful until your sequins dry. I just knocked them all away. I'll fix that later. All right. Next, we're going to go for our very fancy card. Now, I laughed at this card because I thought it was really pretty. And then I sent a picture of it to my friend Erica Stern, who is like designer. And she was like, because she thought it was crushed curry. So it's hard to tell, but it is like gold. So I bet you're wondering how I made it gold. Well, I am using a new ink pad from the holiday catalog that you may purchase if you get a starter kit right now. And it's called the Delicata Ink pad. And it comes in copper, silver, gold, and that's it. So 3 metallic colors. And I started with gold. That's my favorite. I'll eventually have them all. That's the one that I started with. So I thought maybe this would end up being a cool card, but I wasn't too impressed. I just went ahead and tried it. But we're just going to put just use any kind of scratch paper. But we're going to actually just take our Delicata ink and we're just going to go all over this card front. So this Delicata ink, I did a lot of research on it. It's a pigment-based ink, which means it's not going to dry like immediately. It's going to take a little time to dry, but when it does, it's like super permanent. And I'll tell you, I wasn't sure how long it would take to dry, so I worked on this card for probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it was still pretty wet, but I picked up my daughter from dance, came home, and it was dry. So it does dry. It's just not immediate. And I suppose you could take a heat tool to it. I did. It doesn't seem to make a huge difference. So anyway, I'm okay if it gets on the back. You know what? If the back of your card shines a little, then great. I think everyone's back end should be kind of shiny, don't you? Okay. So we have got that covered and smothered in gold goodness. Isn't that neat? Woohoo! I can't wait to do it in silver and copper. So, but let's start with gold. Now, don't forget when you purchase the Delicata ink, I can tell you I'm going to need the re-inker because I'm going to use it a lot. So go ahead and get the re-inker. I think the pad is like $11 or something. It's very reasonable. All right, so we're going to start with this gold ink pad. I actually then decided to go a completely different route and see what a different card would look like. So you see this card, but I wasn't a huge fan. So Erica was laughing because she said it looked like Baylor. It was like green and gold, which is fine if you're a Baylor grad. But I'm going to create this one, and you guys are going to tell me which one you like better. So I don't care because I haven't seen this one yet because I haven't even made it. So we're going to do, again, we're going to open this up. We're going to slap our glue dots on to the corners of so we're just doing this all again with our gluey dotties. To our 4 corners of the universe. Has anyone played with the Delicata inks yet? If you have, tell me what you think about them, if you've used them yet. There's some happy shoppers on this call, and so I feel like there may be some of you that already have these fancy ink pads. Okay, so now we're going to, this is just one of the pieces from the designer series paper for the woven threads. Now, I did try different things, and I was like, oh no, way too busy. So you do want to start with a designer paper that is mostly solid. Does that make sense? So don't go too wild under there because then you just have a visual meltdown. So we're just going to close this, and I'm going to get gold all over my hands. But you know what? I can be the golden girl. It does take about 30 minutes to dry. Yep, see? So just be patient, or be like me and just be gold. It washes right off. It was no big deal. Okay, now we're going to set this aside to be ready for our next step, which is to stamp our stamp in Versamark on. Remember, we used our framelit, our Woven Heirlooms framelit. Did you like the silver, Tiana? I bet it's really pretty. Okay, so one of the stamp elements that comes in the stamp set is this little scrolly stamp. And it's right here. And then we're going to use the Thinking of You stamp there. Which, who doesn't need more Thinking of You cards? So we're just going to stamp this. Oh, don't forget. I always forget my embossing buddy. So our hands are covered in oils, and my hand's now covered in gold. And just in case you're wondering, you can use the Delicata ink to emboss. So, you know, let's try it. It just dawned on me that we could use it to heat emboss. So let's do it. We're embossing in gold, so let's roll with that. So that's really pretty. You could leave it like so, but I'm going to go ahead and want it to be really bold. So I'm looking for my embossing surface, my fancy piece of scratch paper, and my embossing powder is seriously like as far as possible away from me. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to dump it on. True story, you can emboss with it. Love that. Now, if you've never heat embossed before, then you're about to get wowed, because the first time you ever see this, it's just like mind-blowing. Our Stampin' Up! Heat tool is the best. It heats up super fast, and it is very, I'm going to wipe some of that away. It's very, it heats up fast, and it shoots the air right where it needs to be. So you want to move around a little bit on your paper so that it doesn't scorch, but pretty forgiving. I usually find something metal, and you can tell definitely on gold. See, like this has turned and this hasn't yet. So this is shiny, that's still dark. So you want to just go over the whole thing until it all turns now. But you want to stop once it turns, because you can overdo it. And then just, you can see it's all sparkly now. Maybe that end is a little funky. Alright, now we're good. Well, I'm glad you're going to be adding that to your wish list. You may as well add all the colors because they're all pretty. Oh, you know what? We forgot to do our little scrollies. So we're going to do that now. We're going to scroll it up and scroll it up. Very cool. So I think I'm going to leave that unembossed. It's that pretty gold, and I like the kind of different levels of scrolliness. Is that a word? Scrolliness? It's going to be now. Okay, now let me check that. Yep, that's good. Alright, so now we're going to use our dimensionals. Pop this sucker up. I hope that doesn't smear what I just flipped over. So we're going to pop this little oval onto our card. I don't know what happened to my oval. It got kind of ripped. So that's that. Now, I chose this ribbon. It is one of my favorites. It's a gold, the gold and vanilla-ish colored ribbon. It kind of goes both ways, but it looks vanilla here. I'm just going to stick a couple glue dots there. And I'm going to put it right here to cover up whatever it is that's happened to my oval. And voila, you have a gorgeous card. So I think this is a stunning card, and I think it would brighten anyone's day, literally, in a gold way. Oh, we haven't added our bling yet. All right, so we use terracotta tile here, so we're going to add our terracotta. It just adds a little bit of some extra happiness to our card. And then we're going to pop in with our glue. I don't want to glop onto my card. A couple, well, we'll do 4 or 5 sequins. Let's put one here. All right, so now we got to dig into our tub of sequins, and we're going for the darker pink, which is the terracotta tile. There's one. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one on since it came out. Dig around for another. So these things are going to last a long time. You just use so few on any one card if you're adding them this way. If you do a shaker card, of course, you'll use a lot more sequins. All right, one more. Let's get, I like this kind of iridescent one. I'm going to go with that just for something completely different. Oh, we need one up here, don't we? It's like so bare. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. And let's do this little guy. He's hiding out in the corner. You're not safe. Okay. Voila. So, I want you to tell me whether you like the, oh, you have to decide if you like the terracotta gold or the peacock gold. So I use the peacock ribbon that's got the old olive and the peacock here. This is pretty peacock. This is designer paper, also from the Woven Threads Suite. It's got a little texture to it. But y'all have to tell me which one you like better, or maybe you just like them both. I don't know. But I thought these were stunning, and you could just really go to it with your Delicata inks and do all kinds of things with that. Oh, I haven't told you yet, so I can't remind you, but I'm going to tell you. So remember the dimensions of the designer paper here. You like terracotta by a tad. I kind of agree. I mean, I think it's because, I don't know. They're both really neat. All right, so I'm gonna in the comments of our okay, so the peacock, okay, you love them both, and the first one too. Yeah, it's really cute. All right, so I'm gonna put a link to join my email list. The reason why you want to do that is because you know when my classes are, you know when my online classes are, you know when my kits to go are. So that's the best way to hear from me. And it's just once a week. You want to hear from me once a week, I'm sure. Also, if you ever miss my Facebook Live, I will put a link and a YouTube video that is a replay of my Facebook Live. So if you've missed it, or on vacation, or just asleep at the wheel on Wednesday night, then you can catch that the next week. And tonight, if you have an order of $50 or more, then you choose your choice of a Stampin' Blends pair. You email me your choice, and my email is, I will write it here, cogbill22@yahoo.com. So that's just an end of the summer special. I'm going all out because it's just end of the summer. Email me your choice of cards. Okay, peacock is your favorite. So I guess we're kind of evenly split, which is good. I do love both of these guys, and you'll be seeing them on my blog soon. All right, girls, just make sure I covered everything. So much to talk about. Oh, and I just dumped my embossing powder out. Isn't that special? Okay, y'all, have a great Wednesday night. Bye.